would you just listen to that beautiful menu music? It's the last time we're going to hear it for a while, because this is the finale of Season 3 of F1 2006 Career Mode, the Brazilian Grand Prix. After this race, there is going to be, I'd say, a 4, maybe 5 month hiatus between this episode and the next episode of Season 4 starting up, because F1 2016 is coming out next week, and you guys better believe I'll be covering so many videos, so many series. It's going to keep me busy for a very long time, so that's why this series is going to go on a little bit of a break. So, like I said in the last episode, the goal for this last race now is to essentially have some fun, try and win the race if I can, but ultimately I would love, absolutely love, by the end of this episode to sign with a top team heading into Season 4. So without further ado, let's head into the finale of this F1 2006 Career Mode. It's time for Brazil. 1 point. Just 1 point separating Massa and Schumacher for the top of the driver standings. That is going to be an incredible showdown between those two Ferrari drivers. And one thing that we can also look forward to in this episode. So, Brazilian Grand Prix, I'm hoping that we can be on the pace for this one. Japan was, like I said, a bit of a disappointment, so it would be very nice for us to be competitive at this one here.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, Brazil, for the final qualifying session in this year's calendar. Session 1 is about to start, so let's find out who'll be making up the last 6 places on the grid.
Oh, come on. The fuck is this? Oh, get off the wall. Thank you. Well, that's the end of Q1 then. GG, everybody.
We'll continue in a few moments with the second knockout session, where we'll decide grid positions 16 to 11.
Raikkonen goes P1 with a 13.6. Now we come across the line 12.8. What have you got, Raikkonen? That should surely. We're into Q3 by now, and we've run out of fuel. So that was perfect timing.
We'll continue with session 3 of qualifying in a few moments.
So there we go. We are through to qualifying 3 in this Brazilian Grand Prix on provisional pole by 3/10, heading into the final part of qualifying. We still have a little bit of pace up our sleeve to utilise in qualifying 3 if the car starts to lose its performance relative to those around us when we put on some fuel. So I am pretty confident heading into this final part of qualifying that we should at least be on the front row of the grid. All we got to do now is get in that really good lap and we should be there. Bank a lap. 15.0. Last lap was not a great lap by any means, so this one should be better. 14.6 puts us P5. Still a lot more time to find though. Massa is on a 13.6, so 1 second we need to pull out of our you-know-where in order to get pole position for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
Are all out on hot laps as I speak. Results should be
2/10, that's a nice start. 13.8, so we're getting closer. 3/10 now to find to get pole. There we go! That's the lap I needed. 13.3. Provisional pole position at the moment. Let's return to the garage and see what the gap is. I'm guessing it's 2/10. Something like that. Yeah, we managed to find a lot of time. 4/10 overall over our previous best. What a mega lap that was. As the session went on, yes, I was getting quicker, but I found it increasingly difficult to get myself towards the front on heavier fuel. So, felt like a really good lap that one. 13.3. I'm going to continue to go out and blast laps in and see if I can improve, but yeah, that's a great start to this qualifying session. Puts us in a great position for the race. Oh, stop. Look after these tyres. These are our final qualifying set. Well, fuck that lap up, didn't I? Let's go for an adventure, shall we? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness me. You can actually go all the way up here, and I've done a Kimi Raikkonen. I'm officially lost in Brazil. In Codemasters games, you go up this escape road, and you actually get teleported back to Narnia. and back onto the racetrack. So let's rejoin like nothing happened. Since this lap is aborted anyway, let's see if we can go through that gate that Kimi Räikkönen went through. F1 2010 line, time trial, online lobbies. You guys from the OG community know all about that. Oh fuck. Well, so officially there is no gate here in 2006. So stewards of Brazil, I'm disappointed that there's no gate for me to barge through. So now let's try and secure pole position for this Brazilian Grand Prix, shall we? Nope, and again, I've fucked it up. Taking the NASCAR line, maximum straight line speed. Before we start this lap, this will be our penultimate attempt at this. And again, I'm doing an absolute Bottleberg of this qualifying session. I want to be fair in this championship, so I'm going to let this Renault go through, not going to hold them up. So that's good. We'll carry on and maybe even get some slipstream on the next lap. It looks like he's slowed down as well. Maybe I did interrupt this lap, or either he was on an out lap or something. But either way, he's not driving very smoothly. I need to get on with things, so I'll see you later, Fernando. 20 seconds left in the session. That's probably Fisichella, to be fair. Last lap, last attempt to better our time in qualifying at 13.3. Can we beat it? Oh, no, that's not what I need. Well, isn't this lovely?
Fernando Alonso completes his flying lap.
Okay, so Alonso just completed a lap. This must be Fisichella, who is behind us, who we left for dead in the middle sector, by the way. We make up so much time in that middle part of the lap. It's absolutely ridiculous. So this looks like it's a pretty good lap. I dropped about 2/10 in the first sector. So we'll see what happens as we cross the line now. It should be fairly close to our best. 13.5. So not quite fast enough, but it's still enough for us to get pole position. 1/10 over Felipe Massa for the Brazilian Grand Prix.
So there we have it. From 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this. We've enjoyed it. Hope you have too. We'll see you tomorrow for race day. Goodbye.
Not too bad. That is a nice little spread there we have, covering, I'd say, the top 7. So, what was that? 5/10 separating 7 cars. Pretty close in the grand scheme of things. I felt like in the first 2 parts of qualifying, I had a lot more time over the AI, but they definitely managed to close the gap in that final part of qualifying when there was more fuel in the car. So it looks like maybe my car is more suited to like a qualifying style setup with lower fuel and less weight on the car. So we may have a bit of a struggle thing with things early on in the race, and then as the race goes on, maybe we'll start to put the hammer down a little bit. So I'm very interested to see how this Brazilian Grand Prix will go, and hopefully we can close off this championship in style by getting ourselves a race win.
Don't go anywhere. We're only minutes away from the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix, coming to you live from Interlagos. Michael Schumacher is next.
I'm sorry, Brundle, I can't hear you at all over the idling sounds of the cars. It's just terrible audio. Off we go to start the formation lap. Since we're in Brazil, we're in Sao Paulo. What pronunciation was that? We're in Brazil, and it's during the time of the Olympics. If we win this race, do we get a gold medal? I'd like to think so, but no, unfortunately, motorsport is not an Olympic event. So I'll take the race win though, and potentially a contract heading my way for a bigger team. That's the ultimate goal of this final race here, and have some fun. Like I said, final race you'll see of this 2006 career mode for a very long time.
Okay, we're looking for a race victory today. Being on the front row of the grid, you're in a great position to make it happen. Do not blow it on the first few laps though. Just try to maintain your position and aim for lap consistency, which should get quicker and quicker as the fuel load goes down.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Yeah, the engineer doesn't really trust me. He thinks I'm going to blow this one possibly, but I'm going to do everything in my power to prevent that from happening. Look at the tyre temps are not good, by the way, on the front. So I've tried to warm those up with the braking, but it just hasn't been good enough for this formation lap, unfortunately. And now here is what will be the absolute longest wait you'll have to endure when qualifying in F1 Championship Edition. It's a bit of first world problems, to be honest. It's the kind of problem you want to have, especially in Formula 1. So final race of the season, Season 3, final race for Toyota. Let's show these big teams what we're capable of in this final race of this 2006 Career Mode Championship. 10 red lights. And away we go for this Brazilian Grand Prix. Looks like the initial reaction was pretty good, and we've left absolutely everyone for dead. We're going to lead with no pressure heading through turns 1 and 2. The center S. Let's just hold on to this. It's very easy to lose the back end going through that section, so I wanted to make sure I got through there on cold tyres fairly cleanly. So we lead from Alonso, Massa, Fisichella, and Montoya, rounding out the top 5. Anyone beyond that, I cannot tell you because the timing board doesn't go down that low. So it's been a great start so far. Let's try and build out that lead. My recommended setup for the front and rear wings was 72% and 80% respectively. I decided to go 7 or 8% less than that, just to get better straight line speed through the first and third sector, and hopefully that's enough to negate the straight line speed OP of the Renaults, and also whenever they get within slipstream distance. So fingers crossed, the compromise on the setup that we learned from Japan. We've learned from our mistakes in Japan. Hopefully that can put us in a better position for this race. Gap's looking pretty healthy at the moment. Shit, no, it's not going to look healthy anymore. Oil, 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 where is it? I don't want to touch it. Please don't be on the racing line. Just having to drive off the racing line almost like it's wet in order to avoid that, and we went straight over it. GG. So oil, that means someone's retired. I see a green, no, it's a blue and yellow dot in the pit lane. So that means one of the Renaults has retired. It's got to be Fisichella because Alonso is right there. So, wow, unfortunate scenes. Only one Renault left in this race.
You now lead the race. Alonso is second.
Oh, freaking hell, Alonso.
You just beat your best time through sector 2.
Thank you, but what the frick happened to Alonso? He was right behind me in the first sector, and now we've built out 2.4 seconds. Maybe Massa was attacking him through that section.
Great work! You just posted a new fastest lap time.
Calm down. Oh, I've been actively trying to avoid that curb. As soon as I look like I'm turning in early, I always try and straighten the steering out there. I thought I was going to miss it, just clipped it. So it's one of the most dangerous points in this racetrack, that auto spin curb. I'm doing everything I can to avoid it, but if on the odd chance I do hit it, it could potentially end our race.
Schedule stop, next lap, repeat, next lap.
Thank you. Car feels good, and on the lap time counter it looks pretty good as well. We have 1 lap worth of extra fuel. I was meant to pit in on that lap. I'm going to go for 1 extra. It's just dipped into 1 lap, so I should be able to eke in this final lap pretty easily. Thank you. I know, I'm going to come in at the end of this lap and squeeze in 1 extra lap on low fuel and further cement my position in this race.
Your pit request is confirmed. The crew's ready and waiting for you this lap. Come in this lap.
Thanks, guys. See, by doing the extra lap, we were only losing 2/10 so far compared to our personal best middle sector. So it's been a good in lap so far. Let's slow it down for the box. There we go. I'm sorry that there's not been too much racing in this one. Ultimately, I'm trying to get the best results I can. It's the kind of episode we need, not more or less the episode you guys probably want to see. I am trying to secure a drive for next season after all, so I definitely need to impress. And with the drive that we're having so far, it looks like we might go a long way towards winning this race. 9.0 second pit stop. We should emerge a few seconds in front of Alonso if my calculations are correct, which I've done no calculations at all. I'm just hoping that it has worked out for us, and we'll see once we leave the pit lane.
This is lap.
And there we go. Alonso nowhere to be seen. Great strategy. I feel like this whole career mode has been a massive learning process, especially the first season. I learnt so much about this game, and I've really applied a lot of the things that I've learned over the course of this journey in just this one race alone. You know, rescheduling, you know, when to make my pit stop, making sure I confirm with the team that I am coming in on the next lap, and then stretching out that extra lap on lower fuel to make the most of a lighter car, all that kind of thing. Just so many things I've learned over the course of this career mode, and a lot of the tips that you guys have given me over the journey has been just really, really insightful, really helpful. So I can only say thank you guys for that. And I think now we're just about ready to be a championship contender. We just need to make that next step, get in that better car, and I think we could really be so much more consistent. So far this season, I haven't had the kind of consistency that I wanted, but I feel like next one, we should be there or thereabouts, especially now that we're going to be in a quicker car, hopefully. So it's all building up to an incredible Season 4 where hopefully we will go for the title and really duke it out with the top teams, top drivers in Formula 1. And I just can't wait to get that started. It's going to be another 4 or 5 months away, which is a bit of a shame. It's funny too because we're essentially going full circle again when F1 2016 comes out. That's going to be a massive learning process, and there's definitely going to be a big, steep learning curve when we jump in the manor and try and improve that car drastically as much as we can over a multiple season career mode. And then eventually, maybe, we'll be able to fight for that World Drivers title. So, again, I'm really looking forward to that career mode as well. Just so many things to look forward to on the channel, as well as other series being mixed into that as well. But we have just 4 laps left to go in this race. Let's just bring this thing home now. Oh, someone's lost it. Not too sure who that was though. Probably a Super Aguri. But thankfully for us, they pulled off over to the side and just completely got out of the way of everyone.
You've started the final lap of the race in the lead.
You're now on your final lap. Keep it on the road and bring it home in one piece.
Oh my god. The oil combined with the engineer's team radio message there almost put me off the road. Oh, incredible. Here we go. The power up to the line. Honda, McLaren, Ferrari, Renault. Are you guys seeing this? This is what I'm capable of. Sign me up for next season. We've just taken the Brazilian Grand Prix for Toyota. Get in!
Truly momentous win. You take maximum points from this Grand Prix. Alonso should hang on to finish second. It's been a fascinating season with all manner of twists and turns to the story. It's been a wonderful journey for me and a real privilege to cover this season for you.
There we go, guys. We have done it. We have won the Brazilian Grand Prix in a bit of a clean sweep. Pole position, race win, probably fastest lap as well. It's just been an absolutely awesome weekend for us, winning by 3.7 seconds in the Toyota over Renault's Fernando Alonso. Felipe Massa rounds out the podium as well. In the driver's standings, we will end up in 5th place on 80 points. So 11 behind Fernando Alonso. P5, solid effort to end up there in the championship. And like I said, we're just building to bigger and better things before we head off to Season 4, potentially in a front-running car. Toyota, it's been a pleasure having you as my race team. I've almost single-handedly moved them up to 5th place in the constructors' standings. And who was that? Honda and McLaren ended up equal in 3rd place there in the constructors there. So that was also very interesting. And unfortunately, no gold medal. So that Olympic dream will have to wait just a little bit longer. We have unlocked a new trophy. That is for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Would you look at that? It's a marvelous trophy. If we can, let's have a look at some of the other trophies. No, it's not going to let us. We'll do that at the end of the episode. I will not forget that, guys. And so there we have it. That is the end of the Formula 1 season. We'll check the inbox. Let's see. Thanks for all your efforts at Panasonic Toyota Racing. Your contract has now expired. Good luck for the future. Now let's see. Has our contract offer, our renewal of the contract, has that expired already? I'm not too sure. Yes, it has. So we're definitely not going to re-sign with our current team because they've lost interest, which is a little bit shocking. There's an advert to join Super Aguri, who are the absolute backmarket team, or one of the backmarket teams. So we'd like to steer clear of those guys if we can. So basically what I'm going to do here is normally you advance time until you get to the point where you need to sign for a team. Still nothing in the way of contract offers. We're going to keep advancing time until we can do that. Anything? Still nothing. So we are going to end this season there. We can see total wins, 5 from 18 wins, so not a bad percentage there. 4 poles, 101 points. Highest finishing position was the race win. No championships. I've driven for 3 teams over the course of this entire career mode season. Average points per season, 33.7, and a score of 20.8%. So according to the game, we can do a lot better than what we have achieved so far, which is quite interesting. So now we have a few recruitment offers. Now this is where things are going to get interesting. Let's click this and see which teams want to sign us for Season 4. Please, a top team. We have Red Bull, MF1 Racing, and Scuderia Ferrari. I was not expecting an offer from Ferrari, to be honest. They normally sign quite experienced drivers, and I'm only like into my 4th season now. So, you know, you'd still call a driver who only has 3 seasons under their belt a relatively newcomer to the Formula 1 Championship. But there we go. We have an offer from Ferrari. I will apply for that, and we'll see what happens from that. We'll advance time. And I don't know whether I should go to the trial in this episode, because technically this is now Season 4. And there is always the potential to get more offers from other teams as well. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this here, guys. You're going to have to wait and see which team we're going to sign up for Season 4. It's going to be pretty damn obvious which one it's going to be if we don't get any more offers from top teams. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to take a look at the trophy room right now, and we'll just take a look at some of our achievements so far over the course of this F1 Championship Edition career mode. So here we are in the trophy room. I'm guessing this is kind of like where we live. We can see we've got some cars which we haven't unlocked as of yet, and what I'd like to do is return to F1 Championship Edition and record some one-off videos and just try and unlock these things in said videos, and then try out the cars that we win. So if that's something you guys want to see, then be sure to let me know. We have unlocked the Renault RS01 as well over the course of our career, the Williams FW06, which of course hasn't been unlocked yet. That Lotus 726 looks pretty beastly as well. We've got some helmets in there. Fernando Alonso's, Jensen Buttons. Is that Kimi Raikkonen's? And Juan Pablo Montoya, a few wheels, and a tyre in there as well. Yeah, just looking at everything that's in the garage. Honda RA272. A Lotus 49C, which is an absolute beast of a car. A Cooper Climax, don't know what that is, to be honest. I probably should know. An Alpha 158, and I think that is all the cars that we have to look at in the trophy room. Now let's take a look at all the achievements we've managed to snag so far. So nothing for Bahrain, Malaysia, or Australia for that matter, which is a little bit disappointing. Nothing for San Marino, and nothing until we get to the fairly obvious Monaco Grand Prix, which I've won a few times over the course of my F1 Championship Edition career. This would be a lovely feature to have for Codemasters F1 games. And if I ever had a World Driver's title, it would go there. Same with the Constructors. It's looking awfully a lot like Nico Rosberg's trophy room, I must admit. A trophy for the Grand Prix of France, nothing for Germany. We got a podium and a win around here in Hungary, so that was awesome to see. So as you can see, a lot of these slots here are empty, and it just shows the kind of inconsistency that I had over the course of my career. So I'd love to build upon the trophies that I do have for Season 4, and I don't think I'm going to fill it up, to be completely honest, but I'd love to fill it up as much as I can. A win for the Chinese Grand Prix, that was a massive one for me. And then, of course, the final one we have in Brazil, which we won in this episode. So that was great to see, and a great way to end off this F1 2006 career. Before I say goodbye to you guys, I'm going to show you guys some of my statistics as well. Game time, 37 hours. I don't know if this is counting the very first season as well, because what I did is I did the first season on medium difficulty, and then I restarted the career mode and continued on from hard difficulty. So as you can see, 54 races, 36 of those completed, 11 podium finishes, 7 race wins. I actually feel like I had more race wins than that, if you include Season 1 on the career that we did restart. 6 pole positions and a 33% chance of us not finishing a race, which was quite interesting. A lot of penalties as well, 81 of those. I think a lot of those might have came from one-off videos where I didn't do career mode, possibly. And as you can see, 1.5 penalties per race. that is that's quite bad. That's very Pasta Maldonado of me. 1,362 laps completed for a total of 2,859 miles. Top speed was achieved at Monza, 210 miles an hour. 147 points I managed to accrue over all of my races, with an average of 2.72 points. Favorite team was Honda, and I have absolutely no idea why, because I never raced in Honda in career mode. Unless this is counting. I think I raced in Honda for a reverse grid challenge. Maybe that's what it's for. And yeah, there we go. That's pretty much all the stats there to show for you guys. So that has been F1 Championship Edition, Season 1, 2, and 3, all completed. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series over the last, 3-4 months or whatever it has been. But now we're going to move on to bigger and better things. We've got F1 2016 coming out next week, so that's going to be the focus on the channel for the next few months. And then we've got some other games coming out, like Assetto Corsa, Forza Horizon 3, and just any other random games, racing games that I want to play over the course of the next few months as well. Gran Turismo Sport will be another one I'll do some videos on. So once I get through all of those videos and a few series I want to do on those games, then I'll return to this game, F1 Championship Edition, and try and go for the World Drivers title. Thank you guys so much for watching this series. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. And until my next video, I'll see you guys next time.